evening. Welcome to Life Enhancement and Development Live. I'm your host, Dr. Cassandra Washington, and it is indeed a pleasure to be with you on this Thursday evening. And I want to say good evening to all of you, and thank you for watching, whether you're watching now or you're watching later. Thank you for watching and for joining me. Well, this is the month of February, and this year is taking off already. We're in February, and we're in the middle, and we're moving toward the end of the month. And beginning at the end of January, I believe, we started a series called Appreciating the Journey, Preparing to Be. And tonight we're going to close out that series, and we're going to close it out just recapping some things that we talked about the previous week, and to also talk about challenges, embracing the challenges along the journey, because we do know as we are preparing to become or be who it is that we were created to be or predestined to be. Some challenges will come, oppositions will come, but we need to have the right perspective when it comes to opposition, when it comes to challenges. So we want to get right into it. You know, I often hear, I was reading on Facebook the other day, and I read what someone said that what they were talking about people making New Year's resolutions and all the things that they wanted to do this year. And some people were saying, well, I'm not going to change a thing. I'm not going to do anything different. And I can understand that. Maybe you're satisfied with who you are, where you are, what you're doing, and you're satisfied, and that's quite all right. But sometimes we are forced to change. Things come in our lives that require and demand us to change. But as for me, there are some things I want to be better. I want to progress and become the person that I was created to be. And so we've been talking about that, preparing to be who you were destined to be and who you were created to be, and just who you need to be in this particular season of your life for whatever it is that you are assigned to do or what you're supposed to do. And so, you know, sometimes in life we start out with big dreams, and things happen that and challenges happen, and we get deterred from those dreams by things that happen in our lives. And then sometimes for some people, life starts out with big challenges that prevent them from dreaming big or cause them not to dream big. And then, you know, both of those situations can be discouraging. But in the midst of all of that, we must discover who we are, or in some situation that you may forget who you are, and you need to remember who you are. And then there comes a time in your life where you may need to reinvent who you are. Hi, Deidre Bolton. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. You all, please share. Please feel free to share this live. And so we want to talk about that tonight, preparing to be who you are predestined and created to be. And when we talk about preparation just simply means that you are getting ready for what you know lies ahead for you. And I like to use the word know, because there are times when God will give us this vision or put in our imagination or let us see who he created us to be. And it excites us and it motivates us. But then life begins to happen. And when life begins to happen, and if you're living on this earth, you're going to have to live life. Life happens to us all. Things happen to us all in life. But we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared, and we have to understand what challenges are and why challenges or tests or oppositions come in our lives. And if you think about it, when you were in school, and whatever grade you start out in, Head Start or kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and they teach you certain things, they teach you certain skills, certain principles, they give you knowledge, and then they test you on that knowledge, or they test you on the information to see if you have gotten the principles or acquired the knowledge that they wanted you to have before you move on to the next grade. Well, life is like that, or the things that are assigned to us or predestined for us to be in our care or for us to have dominion over or stewardship over, we have to be trained and we have to be prepared to be in control of those things and to be trusted with those things, even this body, even this life that we have. And so I want to just recap on some things and just encourage you to not be deterred by challenges that may come in your life as you're on your journey to becoming or being who you're supposed to be. Those challenges or oppositions or tests are in your life to help you get to where you are going. And what does those challenges look like? Well, challenges may come in the form of financial issues. Challenges may come in the form of conflict in relationships. Challenges may come in the form of health issues or sickness. Challenges may come in the form of growth and development or not understanding something that may have happened in life. Challenges may come in the form of losing a loved one, divorce, your child going through something with your child, a child who has strayed from what you have taught them. So challenges and tests and opposition can come in so many ways. But what I want you to remember is you cannot live this life on this earth without going through some type of challenge, test, or opposition. You cannot get to where you're supposed to be without tests, opposition, and challenges. And so what am I saying about that? You need to understand that challenges, tests, and opposition is just going to be a part of life, and you need to embrace it. What do I mean by embrace it? Accept that those things are going to happen. You're not living in a utopia. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how bad you are. We all experience things in life. And so we need to learn and understand that challenges, tests, and opposition is good for us. They are good for us. And we talked about in our first live on this series of Preparing to Be about discipline. Discipline is so important. Who you have around you is so important to becoming who you need to be or acquiring what it is that's predestined or designed for your destiny. Your environment, the systems that you are a part of, even the system that you have structured and organized for your own personal life. All of that plays a part in becoming who you're supposed to be. And so we need to allow ourselves to be prepared, and preparation doesn't always feel good. I said preparation is getting ready for something in your future or something that is going to happen, but you may not know. You may think the process is going to happen one way of getting there, but something may come, opposition, challenges may come to kind of make that process turn out differently from what you expected. So the purpose of the challenge is to prepare you for who you're going to be, what you're going to be doing. And we need to examine or evaluate our perspective about challenges as well. Challenges are also opportunities for growth, opportunities to be better. Every person who ever did anything great or became great endured some kind of challenge or challenges and opposition, because challenges come to help you. I'm a believer, so I like to refer back to biblical principles. And in James, I think it's the first or second chapter, it says we should, when it comes to tests and when it comes to things that come to oppose us, opposition, we should count it all joy. And that doesn't mean that you're going to always be happy when things come against you or things come to oppose you or try to hinder what you're trying to do. But we should understand that this is going to work something in us that's very good. It may not feel good. As I said, preparation may not feel good, but it's the end results. You're going to love the end results. The thing that we have to do is not to allow our emotions to rule us. And so challenges helps build character in us. We are human. We are human and we're going to feel. We are human and we're going to feel, but we are not to let the way we feel guide our decisions. We shouldn't let the way we feel, or let the circumstances guide our decisions. And so these trials, these challenges are going to come to test your character, but they're also going to build your character. And so let's talk about one of some listen things that um, challenges will do for our character. It will help develop your faith. When opposition comes, it's going to really challenge whether or not, or help you to see whether or not you really believe what it is you're looking for. It's going to that challenge, that opposition is going to help you really evaluate your belief system. Do I really believe in myself? Do I really believe what it is that I'm expecting? Do I really believe that it is for me? Do I really believe that I can get it? Good evening, Bernadette Kelly, our transformation coach that usually joins Life Enhancement and Development. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. So it challenges will help you develop your faith, will help you build your faith. And then secondly, challenges will also help you develop good standards. It will help you, these oppositions or these things that come to oppose us will sometimes cause us to sit back and get in a quiet space and evaluate ourselves. What are my values? What do I believe? What do I believe about this situation? What do I think about this? How should I handle this? And also challenges and oppositions will help us to learn something about ourselves, learn something about life, learn something about other people, learn some new things that we didn't know. Challenges will also teach you how to be disciplined. What I just said, I remember when I was in high school and I used to play basketball. Well, you had to be in good shape. But one thing that the coach required us to do was to go up and down the bleachers. And there were several of them. I absolutely hated that part. But to be a good player and to be in good physical condition, I had to do that. It didn't feel good, but I had to do that. And in the long run, it helped me and prepared me to be a good basketball player, to be in good physical condition, to be able to run up and down that court for at least an hour. You had to have stamina. You had to be able to do that. And so it helps us to be disciplined. Challenges also teach us how to be patient, teach us how to wait calmly for the outcome or result that we are looking for. Challenges and tests, opposition also help us to discern what is right and what is good, and what is not good and what is wrong. When we are going through certain things, sometimes we don't necessarily understand, but when we go through those things, we're able to from going through the experience, able to learn, oh, this was a good thing to do. This was not a good thing to do. This is an acceptable response. This is not an acceptable response. And so it helps us to discern what is right and good. I should have said that. I should not have said that. This is the right thing to say, or in these kind of circumstances, this is the behavior that is required, and this is not. Challenges and oppositions build our character in helping us to learn to be compassionate and understanding when it comes to other people. Some things, I didn't understand until, about other people and the experiences they had. And, you looking from the outside, you be like, why are they doing that? Or why are they acting like that? And when I experienced the same thing, then I said, oh, now I see. And so it helps us to build our character in helping us to be compassionate and compassionate and understanding with other people. Because when you experience something, then you get an understanding of what that person has gone through, and it causes you to be more loving, to be kind, to be compassionate, because you understand how you felt. And so it helps us to grow. Challenges and opposition helps us to grow, preparing us to be the kind of person and to have the character that's required of us. And so when you're going through these things and when you're facing these challenges and when you're on your journey, because you're definitely going to get to where it is you want to be, that's if you don't quit. If you don't quit, and if you don't give up, and if you don't stop, and if you don't allow the circumstances to deter you, you're going to get to where it is that you want to be. The change is inevitable. The end result of what you desire. I love that biblical, that scripture that says you will make your way prosperous and have good success. You're going to have good success if you remain firm, remain focused in what it is that you believing or want to see. And so I want to just encourage you to not to allow the challenges or the opposition to stop you from pursuing what it is that you want to do. One of the things that I had to overcome in being who I am, and the things that God wants me to do and who He has designed for me to be, I've always known that I'm supposed to be a speaker, but I absolutely do not like talking in front of people. But that's something that I had to work on and that I had to overcome. And the only way that I was going to overcome it was that I had to confront the very thing that I dreaded. Fear would tell me, you're going to pass out. You're going to forget what you're supposed to be saying. You're going to forget what you're supposed to be doing. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. All of these things were going through my mind. And so whenever opportunities came for me to speak or to get up before an audience, I would decline the opportunity and I would refuse to do it. And it took a while, but I began to understand, listen, this is what you're supposed to do. And in order for your life to be fulfilled, in order to be the person that you see in your mind, and in order to obtain and get the results that God is promising you, this is something that you're going to have to do. And so when those challenges came, and the challenge for me was the negative thoughts. The challenge for me was to overcome the negative thoughts and to overcome the fear. And everything starts with the decision. You can make a decision not to do, or you can make a decision to do. And I finally had to make the decision to do whatever I had to do in order to see myself doing what I know I'm supposed to do. And I get fulfillment out of that. I love talking to people. I love encouraging people. I would always say, hey, I can do it one-on-one. One-on-one, give me one-on-one with a person. Hey, it's not a problem. But standing before a crowd, you can forget it. But guess what? Being who I am, a part of who I am is standing before a crowd, getting before a crowd to speak. And so I had to prepare. And one thing that I did, and I'm just talking about this particular situation, I started practicing in front of the mirror. I would get in front of the mirror and pretend that I was talking to an audience, and I would look at myself, I would record myself, and I would practice, and I would constantly practice. And when the opportunities presented themselves, I was ready. And that's all I'm saying. The opportunities are going to come. If you want to be a great singer or musician or a songwriter, guess what? You're going to have to practice writing. You're going to have to practice singing. If you want to be a manager, a good manager, or a good supervisor, or you want to be an entrepreneur or want to be a business owner, you're going to have to practice discipline. You're going to have to practice knowing how to manage money and use money wisely, and you're going to have to learn how to manage people. So many other things are involved in there, but those are just some things that I'm naming. If you see yourself as a healthy person, a person who's in good health, then guess what? To get to that vision, to get those end results, you're going to have to make the preparation, which may come in changing your eating habits, incorporating some kind of exercise or physical activity, some meditation, make some changes. So it doesn't just happen. And a lot of times, and when I was younger, when I would have these visions of myself, and God would show me things that I was going to be doing, and I would get so excited. And I believe I had Dr. Carol on with me one time, and Dr. Carol talked about how she just had all this stuff written down. It was just written, and she would written down and all these ideas and things that she had to do and strategies, and she would get it and look at it and be so excited and then put it down, not implementing anything, not acting up on anything. But you have to. And challenges and oppositions come sometimes to wear us down and cause us not to want to. Sometimes so many things can come one after the other, and it just wear you down, and you feel like you're not getting anywhere. You feel like you're not making progress. But those are the times when you're going to have to be intentional and make the decision that I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing what I know I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to keep practicing. I'm going to keep working on it, because guess what? My time is coming. My opportunity is coming. It's up ahead. And this process may not look like what I thought it was, was going to look like. But I'm going to keep doing what I need to do, because I believe and I know that up ahead is my opportunity. My opportunity is there. And I'm going to tell you this one thing that I have found out, even just today. God, when he tells you something is for you, you better believe it's yours. You better believe that it's going to happen. And along your journey, the journey to what he has promised, the journey to what he has shown you, along your journey, he has every provision for you to be able to get to the end result. He has everything, even in the hard times. Just this past year, past few months, I experienced one of the most hurtful things that I never even thought that I would experience, the loss of my niece. But even in this, I know there is something good that's going to come out of it. There's something good on the other side of the grief. There's something good on the other side of the pain. Am I hurt? Yes, but I know God is good. Am I disappointed that it didn't go the way that I wanted to go? Yes, I am, because I wanted her to be here. But guess what? I do know that he has a plan. He has a plan. Something good is on the other side. Something good is on the other side of it. I just have to keep trusting God, keep trusting the process, and keep trusting in myself. Keep trusting in the fact that I have what it takes. I am enough. You are enough. You are enough. Back again to a scripture. He has put in us everything that pertains to life and godliness. Everything that's in you to manifest that vision, everything that you need to make it happen or for it to happen, he has already put it in you. And he has made provision along the way, on the path along the way. Whatever it is you encounter, whatever it is that you may face. And let me tell you something. There are things that he promised me 20 years ago. I'm just now seeing the manifestation of it. And one of the things that I talked about, that I named, that challenges and tests and opposition builds in your character, is patience. We have to learn to wait calmly, knowing that it's going to happen. Not allowing anxiety, not allowing frustration, not allowing those things to deter us, or to cause us to quit, or to cause us to give up. But you have to remain patient. You have to remain in a place of trust and a place of faith, knowing that it's going to happen. So this is the end of our series of preparing to be. But, we're going to be talking about these things throughout the year, and not just this year, preparing to be forever. Whoever it is that he requires you to be. Because, guess what? In seasons in our lives change, and we need to be able to grow and develop for that particular time in our lives. We should not stay the same. We should always be growing. We should always be developing. And you don't know, you don't know what may happen in the process, but believe this and know this: you're going to be equipped and ready. because you're going to allow him to prepare you. And that comes in so many different ways. You know, preparation involves so many things. And for me, another thing that I have to do is prepare. You know, I have to spend time in quietness and in meditation. And for some of you, that may be prayer, but for me, it's prayer. I have to get in a quiet place so that I can get instruction for the day. And it is so amazing because my brother, my oldest brother, now we talk almost every day. We share words of encouragement with each other. But on Monday morning, there's something that I've been working on. And on Monday morning, you know, my sister and I, we just got up and we said, you know what, we need to do this today. And I got up and got dressed and didn't know how the day was going to go, but I knew that particular thing he was telling me to do. And because I got up and did that, a lot of other things that I needed in preparation for something in the future took place that day, one after the other. So we have to be open. We have to be ready to hear and ready to act and ready to move on whatever the instructions are that are given to us. And you can't be lazy, which goes back to that discipline that we talked about a few weeks ago. You can't be lazy. You have to be diligent. You have to be diligent. You have to put forth the effort. You have to be intentional in doing things. And, you know, we talked about one of the examples we used when we opened up, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, was Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali having a circle of friends around him. But Muhammad Ali did a lot of things to prepare to be the greatest, to be a great boxer. What are you doing every day in preparation? What are you doing in preparation every day of who you are, what you want to be, what you want to see in your life? You know, just praying and just saying that that I'm going to do this or I want to see this. What are you doing every day? What are you doing on a daily basis? Little steps. You can do little things. Little things. So preparation is very much needed in order for you to be who you are, to do what you need to do. Preparation is so important. And I just wanted to remind you and just to encourage you that challenges and opposition is going to come because, you know, we do have a real enemy, you know. We have a real enemy. And then sometimes that enemy is ourselves. We sabotage ourselves. So we have to get over ourselves. We have to come to the end of ourselves and say, hey, look, I don't know everything. I don't know everything I need to do, but I am open to receive the knowledge and to see the instruction as to what I need to do. Because we have great things in us. You have great and awesome things in you. I don't want you to do like Myles Munroe, Dr. Myles Munroe say so many people do. They go to the grave with all of these great things in them. They go to the grave with this great book, this great movie. They go to the grave with the ability to encourage and motivate and empower people. They go to the grave with their great speaking gift and ability. They go to the grave with all of these great gifts, never using them, never developing them, never bringing them into manifestation and fruition. So I want to encourage you, do not leave this earth and not pouring out and not manifesting that great and awesome person that you are. And somebody needs your gift. Somebody needs what you have to offer. You are valuable. You matter. You are valuable. The very fact that you are alive and here on this earth, you are valuable, says that you are valuable and you matter and you mean something to someone. And we are waiting on you. We are waiting on you to manifest who you are, to manifest what you have. And I want to encourage you to, in spite of the opposition and in spite of the challenges, go forth and be great, as my sister-in-law would say. Go forth and be great. Keep moving. Don't stop. And even if you get to a point where you cannot, because I've transformation coach Bernadette Hicks did a presentation one time on under construction. On your journey, you may run into some roadblocks where there's construction and you can't move right then. There have been times when I have been traveling, going to my destination, but there was road work done. And sometimes I had to stop, wait a few minutes. One time it was about an hour and a half delay. And then, had to go on a detour, had to go around, but then I was back on the path to get to my destination. Don't be discouraged if you come to some roadblocks, or don't get discouraged if you have to take a detour. Just be patient. You're going to get there. Stay calm. Don't get upset. Start screaming and hollering about the situation. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you not to feel and not to acknowledge how you feel. But what I'm saying is, don't stay there and don't allow your emotions to lead you and guide you. Let the truth and let what you know is right lead you and guide you. And I'm looking forward to you having everything that you're supposed to have and being who you are. Well, I'm going to sign off now, and we'll be back next week. And this is the close out of our series, Preparing to Be, Appreciating the Journey. But I just want you all to this year to focus. And that's one thing that I said, I'm not going to, make all these resolutions. I'm just going to focus on being who I'm supposed to be. What do I need to change in my character? What do I need to change physically? What do I need to change in my mindset, the way I think? Do I need to get what do I need to change in my perspective about things? Where do I need to grow? Evaluating myself and writing those things down. And I'm telling you, it does work. Vision boards and writing things down work. And put in the effort. Let's be willing to make the change. We know what we need to do to prepare, but sometimes we don't like to do because it's going to require us to change, and we don't want to change. But that saying that they often say, if you want different results and keep doing the same thing, that's insanity. So let's do what we need to do so that we can grow, so that we can become better, because it's never about just us. It's about who we are and what we have to offer to be able to change lives and to help people who we may encounter. And you better believe the opportunity is going to come. Be ready, be prepared. Get ready, be prepared. As TD Jakes say, get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready and be prepared, because your opportunity is already there. Your opportunity is waiting on you. And when it presents itself, I want to encourage you to seize it and go forward and be your very best. Well, I want to say good night to you all. You all have a great evening, and thank all of you for joining me on this evening. Hi, my sister Jamie. Jamie says, what did you say, Jamie? If nothing changes with us, then nothing changes. All right, Jamie. Oh, Bernadette says, listen to the transformation coach. The transformation coach said, don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. So I want to encourage you all. Let's be diligent. Let's be diligent about what we need to do. And I tell people all the time, one of the greatest prayers that you can pray is, Lord, help me. You can't do it on your own. You need help. All right. Thank you all for joining me this evening. It has been wonderful. It has been great. Until next week, you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Good night.